Hi everyone, it's Taylor. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm an American expat living in Malaysia and I like to share my life and travels with you. Well, today I'm wearing this weird harness thing. What is it, you might ask? Well, I'm going to take you around as I get prepared for my visitors who are coming this week. And that's Jeremy and Claire from Cambodia. Well, they're actually from Australia. But want to see how our visit goes? Stay tuned. So yeah, I thought I would take you around with me today. I'm going to go to a few places, and you can see what it's like for me to ride around in KL. I've done a little bit of that before, but not much, so I think it'll be fun. And I'm going to have the microphone on too, to see if it works while I'm driving. We'll see how it goes. But I'm first going to go down past KLCC, all the way to Changkat, which is a strip of shops and restaurants and bars, very famous in KL. Now, I'm just going there to get some cold cuts and cheese at La Bodega. No, not La Bodega. I think it's just called Bottega. It's a different place than my La Bodega that I usually go to. But they sell these things, and I'll take you there and we'll check out what they have. I'm going to have some hors d'oeuvres for when Jeremy and Claire arrive tomorrow. They're staying here 3 nights on their way back from Australia to Cambodia. And they're staying in my building, so it's going to be super fun. I'll give you a tour of their Airbnb. We're going to go to Back Alley Pasta, which will be awesome. And, of course, the Brussels Beer Cafe. They'll probably see us coming and go, "Oh, you guys go away, please." But it'll be fun, I hope. You can see what it's like when I have company and how I get prepared for it. Sound fun? Well, let's get on the road. Well, here I am in the car park, just getting ready to go. I'm going to hop on my bike and we'll take off. Come along for the ride. Well, I'm here in Bottega in Changkat. I'm going to have lunch here and then get some cold cuts to have with Jeremy and Claire. Bottega is a cute place that I found recently. It has a really wide selection of cheeses and cold cuts, obviously all imported, and fine wines too. I decided I was going to have a little lunch while I was there. I'd eaten lunch there before and it was delicious. I had an amazing sandwich. It's a cute place, very homey, as you can see here, and a very varied menu. I like it. And this sandwich was incredible. Now I'm going to drive back home, but if you're not interested in seeing the long ride home, you can skip this part. Well, after I got to Bottega, I realized that I had been filming in time-lapse all the way down here, so that little short clip was really like 25 minutes long. So I'm going to go slower going back, give you more of a scenic tour. How about that? So this is the Changkat area. I am not going to go down there. I'm just not. Well, it's one way for one thing. But it's a great street, and at night it's wonderful. It's just full of life and people out partying and drinking. There's Havana on the corner. I've been there several times. I like it because it's just sort of on the edge too, not in the thick of things. Okay, now we're off. We'll go back. As I was saying before, but you probably didn't hear it because it was on time lapse, it's just so green, the city. That was one thing I noticed right away. It was just shocking to me, really, that how green it was. I mean, sure, New York City has Central Park and everything, but it just doesn't seem to have as much green, as much trees as there is here. So here's that pretty little church. Ooh, I better hurry. I thought I just turned green. Let's see which way I'm going to go. Well, I mean, I know different ways to get back. I have gotten way better. Don't really get lost. So I'll maybe go back a different way. Not that you all could really see the way I came. Whoa, watch out. Oh, traffic looks awful there. Alright, this is usually bad too, but we'll see. These lights are just so long that it just backs up the traffic ridiculously. I don't think they should be this long. Look. And it's too narrow to go between the cars, although not for him, apparently. Why doesn't it start moving? Oh, now the light's turning red. And we didn't even get to go. Now you can see some of the difficulties I have riding around here. And you all probably will think I'm doing stupid, foolish things, but otherwise I would just be sitting there for hours. Right, now up here, I'm not sure which way to go. Maybe this way. The elevated train that goes through here. Looks like it might be the monorail. And you might be able to see KLCC, the Twin Towers, if I lean back far enough. I don't know. Ooh, it's hot in the sun. A lot of Malaysians wear their jackets on backwards to cover their arms so they don't get too sunburned. But I don't get that dark, and I'm really not out in it that much, so I don't bother with that. Wow, this is a long light. I don't think I should have come this way. Well, live and learn, right? I think their traffic engineers really need to take a look at some of these areas. Okay, now we're moving. And that's what's nice about being on a bike, is that you generally can get all the way up to the front of the line at traffic lights, which is great, and it gives you a head start above everybody else. Okay, now we're right in front of the Twin Towers. Okay, now we're moving. Of course, when people pull over like that, that's really helpful. Now we're back on Ampang, in the middle of KL. It's just a glorious sight. It's a beautiful day. I love the trees. And there's Eric's place. I've seen that video. A little pedestrian crossing here. I guess I'll stop. Just kidding. I always do. Four Seasons, Avenue K on the left, which is a big mall too. Nice. Here we are coming up to the Link, which I've taken you to many times before. Oh, let me move to the front here. You can see how I do it. See, that's not so bad or so hard. Okay, this is one of the longest lights we will encounter. I won't make you sit through all of it. Here we go. There's the Link. And now we're on Tan Razak, one of the main thoroughfares in KLCC. Well, it goes way farther out though, too. go. On the way home, I'm going to stop and get some wine for tomorrow night. Jeremy and Claire and I just love to have a few glasses of wine together. We have the best time. This to my left is the American Embassy. It's all walled off, so you can't really see much of it. I go by it all the time. We are turning onto Youthont, which is an odd name for a street. Now this on the left is still the American Embassy. Okay, I'm going to get around this car. Okay. Now this is really one of the most exclusive sections of KL to live in. Ampang Hilir. A lot of expats, embassy workers, diplomats, famous rich people in KL live in this neighborhood. It is the most convenient to the center city. Honestly, there's not that many lights on the way. So here I am. This is Ampang Hilir. There's hardly ever any traffic, except at rush hour, of course, and then it's backed up for miles. You don't want to come here during rush hour. Okay, back to our little circle here. And, gosh, we're really lucking out on the traffic today, that's for sure. It's a daycare. A lot of beautiful homes here, very green. I just couldn't get over the green when I first moved here. You know, for such a big city, you don't expect it to have so many trees, but it really does. Well, it is in the rainforest. Well, it used to be a rainforest. I guess it's not really a rainforest anymore. They patched up this little bit of road. It used to be very bumpy. Much better. But this whole road needs to be paved. They're always tearing it up, you know, because there's always construction and new infrastructure things like wideband. What are you doing? You have to be so careful of the other motorcycle drivers. Okay. Guess I'm not going fast enough for him. Well, the delivery drivers really drive fast. Don't pull out. A lot of people pull right out into traffic here. Very common, motorcycles and cars alike, and they very rarely get honked at. They just sort of pull out and go. Especially with the motorcycle drivers, you can tell they're not even looking. I at least look. Okay, and to my right is Ampang Hilir Park and Lake. I've taken you guys there before. It is beautiful. Starting to really warm up now. Ugh. Okay, we're almost to the Ampang grocer. That's my little neighborhood grocer. It's a little bit less expensive than village grocer. Oh, and if you look, there's my apartment building straight ahead. So I'm just going to pop into the Ampang grocers, pick up a few bottles of wine for tomorrow night, and then I'm going to head home. So I'll be signing off here, but I'll talk to you later, okay? So I hope you liked that ride around KL. It really worked out much better than I expected. If you liked it, put it in the comments, and maybe I'll do more of those. It's fun, really. So Jeremy and Claire got in about, I guess about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I met them downstairs. It's always a hassle getting someone in the building, especially if they don't have any Wi-Fi or any way to text you. So I just arranged to meet them down there at a certain time, and they were already there when I got there. And we came up to the apartment, and they looked around and saw the new things I'd done, and they really enjoyed that. And then we were all real hungry. So instead of going out though, I had prepared all those meats and cheeses that I had chopped for earlier, and we enjoyed that, and even had a couple glasses of wine with it, so that was fun. Then we got them checked into their Airbnb. They're on the 22nd floor and about as far away in the building as you can get from my apartment, but we'll work it out. But we got the keys and went to check out their unit. And I had never seen a studio unit before. And you can see here, I mean, it's really spacious. It has super high ceilings. Well, not as high as mine in the full height, but pretty high. I'd say 12 feet. It's impressive. And I was so jealous because I was like, wait a minute, why is this apartment smaller than mine, but it has a bigger kitchen? Much bigger, much more storage. I would love that kitchen, but then I wouldn't want to live in just one room. What a conundrum, huh? But then I was really surprised when I went in the bathroom too, and it was bigger and nicer than my bathroom. So go figure. I guess I want to look at the floor plans for the whole building and see if there's other units that I'll like better than mine. After they got settled in and cleaned up, they came back over here and we had some wine, and then we went out to dinner at Itinerary, which is one of my new favorite places here. How is it, Claire?
It's wonderful. Really, really nice.
Do you like yours, Jeremy?
The brisket is the best.
Is it?
It's very nice.
It's in the neighborhood and easy to get to and never too crowded. Busy, but not crowded. I've never had to wait for a table, but I think you probably do sometimes. They do have a location down on Peddling Street in Chinatown that has a queue till 3 o'clock in the morning from what I hear. So it's really good. And it's sort of like pho in Vietnam, mee tarik, but I think better. I really do. Let me know if you've had mee tarik before. I think it's yummy. So after dinner, we came back to the apartment and talked for a while, but they were tired from traveling because they had flown like overnight from Australia to Kuala Lumpur. So they went home about 10:30, and we all got a really nice night's sleep. Today, before dinner, we're going to have drinks at Brussels Beer Cafe, and then we're going to Back Alley Pasta. They haven't been there. So I'll fill you in on how that went, or just put some pictures here so you can see. I'm sure you'll be able to tell that we're having a great time. But I'll let you see what we had. Jeremy's really excited about the ribs. And then we'll probably come back to my apartment for dessert because I got some dessert last night for them, but they were too tired. So I think it's still going to be good today. And it's peach strudel from Kenny Hill Bakers. Wow, it's one of my favorite things. So delicious and so beautiful, as I'm sure you'll agree. And then tomorrow, I'm not sure what we're going to do. They said something about getting some new glasses. And then we're probably going to go to Brussels Beer Cafe for dinner. And that'll be their last night. So they'll be heading off on Friday morning to go back to Cambodia. And then I'm going to start making plans for me to go back there too, because I really miss it, and I had a great time there. If you enjoyed today's video, please like and subscribe, and check the notification bell too. That way you won't miss any of my future content. Also, I want to remind you that I am purposely not having sponsorships on my channel anymore because I just think they're too intrusive. But if you want to help out my channel, buy me a coffee. The link's in the description below. But that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed the ride around KL and my visit with Jeremy and Claire. But that's it for today, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.